everyone. This is Vidette Vanderweide, and I'm a member of the eWomen Network Orange County chapter, and I'm here to introduce another member of ours, Sheevaun Moran, and she is with SheevaunMoran.com. Hi, Sheevaun. How are you?
Hi, Vidette. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for being here and introducing yourself, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you do, because what you do is very impactful for people's lives.
Thank you. I have a company called Energetic Solutions. So what I started doing about 15 years ago is working with people to solve energetic issues, whether it was in their health or in their finances or in their relationships. And the objective is to get people out of that chaos energy, out of the exhaustion energy. We all know it as business owners. We've all felt it. We've all succumbed to it, and it's created its own stressors in our lives. And it's not just about eating right or rah.
Right.
It's really about the energy that comes from within, and it's the energy that comes from without. So it's kind of like a five-fold approach, meaning we work with the energy of the mind, the energy of the emotions, the energy of the environment, the energy of the synapses in the mind, and the energy of relationships, and how they all how they got built for us, but also how we really interact with them.
That's perfect. So how would someone know if you mentioned kind of living in some chaos, but what would be some specifics of why people would know that they'd have to work with you?
Yeah, great question. So we'll use an entrepreneur. That's my ideal person who shows up, or somebody who is almost in the place of being an entrepreneur. So they're leaving their corporate job to be an entrepreneur. And so they would be kind of stuck.
Yeah.
They've got their mission, they've got their purpose, they're, loving what they do, and either they're not making a lot of money or something is really just holding them back, and they've tried everything. And it just isn't making sense. It's like, but I'm on target, I'm on purpose, and that's where I come in, because that's where we need to take energetic leaps along the way so that the business can really be encapsulated in this, and it's called prosperity energy. We all know about it, but to really have a model for it, that's another thing. So we have a model, and it encapsulates you in that so that you get that success that you've been wishing and is yours. You can feel it in your heart.
Yeah. Perfect. So how did you come to do this? You said you've been doing it for 15 years. Oh my God. Are you there? Sorry.
I lost you.
I know. I don't know what happened. But okay, we'll piece this together. So I'll repeat that question. You said you've been doing this for 15 years. What made you get into it, or how did you get interested in the energy and energy healing and get started in this?
Yeah, I was an executive in the pharmaceutical industry.
Wow.
And I loved what I did. And so I was a little overzealous about it. And one of the things that happened was that I had a belief that, are we stuck here? No, we're good.
Nope.
Anyway, one of the things that happened was that I got sick and nearly died. So one of the things that I didn't believe in, even though I was in that industry, was I didn't believe in drugs. I didn't believe in taking them.
Wow.
I didn't believe in any of that whole model for myself. I mean, I couldn't talk for anybody else. I just knew that I didn't want drugs. So I got misdiagnosed and had to go through this whole big process. And I found an awesome doctor, and he actually taught me how to eat properly. He was an MD, and this is a long time ago, considering what we're going through now. And I ended up having to have surgery. And the surgery was great. I got back on a plane. I was traveling the world again, and I didn't know that I'd gotten a little infection inside. And so what that led to was blood poisoning.
Wow.
And apparently you don't survive from blood poisoning. And I ended up in the emergency room. And I said, listen, I'm going to go home. I don't believe in hospitals because people die here. I was really certain about all of this,
Right.
even though I'd never had, I mean, up to this point, I'd never had a massage. I'd never had acupuncture. Like, how would I possibly know any of these things? I've been to a chiropractor a couple times. That's it, you know? So I didn't really know anything about this stuff, but I just knew my firm belief.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, and I'm on my sofa, and I'm there for 2 months. That's how I have to heal. It's either in the hospital or I'm going to heal at home. So I healed at home, and I really healed myself. And I started thinking about all of the different things that I knew, believed, didn't believe, etc. in my life. And I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. And my body, I refuse to have anything other than health in my body. So I went through a whole bunch of things that I realize now were protocols. And then I found somebody to teach me about energy and how to feel it and all the different things. And I didn't know that I had all of these gifts all my life.
Yeah.
And so then what I did is I started, you know, it's a kind of a little long story, so I'm trying to compress it. I worked on a woman in a trip in Nepal that had fallen and had a massive stroke. And there's only me and my tent mates, and, you know, there's us. And here I have this new technology that I had learned. And so I started working on her, and we saw her 6 days later after she got pulled off the mountain, and she was walking and talking.
Wow.
And I knew that if I just have this much information, then I need to share this. So I kind of became a woman possessed. So fast forward through all of these years, what started to happen when I was working with people is that I would work with somebody whether they were stuck, whether they had a health issue, whether, no matter what was going on. But what would always happen was people would get their dream of either freedom, the best relationship, you know, always lots of money. And I thought, okay, so there's a theme here.
Yeah.
So what's the theme? So there's an energetic solution for everything, and there's an imprint that works. And so I put that into a program, a process, and we take people through that, whether they're stuck in their business, whether they're stuck in finances, or they're stuck with a health issue. So wherever they're stuck, it could be massive anxiety because you're going to up level.
Right.
It could be your business is completely shrunk because something has changed within your schematic of what's going on and you don't know what it is. So that's where I fit.
Perfect. I love it. This is all right up my alley. So I'm like, yes, I get it. And I have had energy work done, and it is, you can feel it almost physically kind of releasing when, you know, the lower energies and bringing in higher energies. So I would highly recommend people to have a consultation with you of some sort. Now, I should have asked first, do you offer consultations, and how do people start to kind of feel this out with you?
We usually have a little conversation, and we figure out what that need is, and we take it from there. So some people are at the very fundamental basic level, and they want a few products, and we have a bunch of products that will get you started in that direction. And then others are a little bit further along down the road. And then there are people who are like, I want to accelerate it and I want to take off.
Yeah.
And so we have 3 ways of working together.
Perfect. And you were telling me earlier about an event you have going on next month. So tell us a little bit about that and how people can find out more about it.
Awesome. This is something that I actually just put together because my website was hacked, and it was hacked really badly, and it took us a month and a half to kind of recover from it. And we were one of about 100,000 in the planet that was attacked in this particular way. And what I realized is I have this, all of this knowledge of how we in our conscious and unconscious create attacks and energies that bring attacks on. And I wanted to share that. So it's a program, it's an 8-week program. First time we're offering it. And it's an 8-week program called Overcoming Attacks and How to Get Them Out of Your Life Forever.
Wow. Very good.
If you don't have any attacks in your life from either your conscious or your unconscious, your internal or external world, then what happens is you get to soar.
Perfect. And they can find out more about that at your website, SheevaunMoran.com?
SheevaunMoran.com,
Okay.
or check us out on Facebook. We have some of those being shared on Facebook as well.
Perfect. So I'll have the link below that they can just click on there and go right to your website. So any last minute thoughts that you want to share before we wrap it up?
I would say the key thing is when you participate with somebody who works with energy is it's going to shake you up. You're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel a little, like reluctant. It's really practical. Your practical brain is fighting with your impractical brain, and that when it's right. And the key thing is to really listen to that real deep inner heart. And the reason I say this is I have a woman who met me apparently a year or two ago, and she was compelled to work with me, but she got scared. And she spent $100,000 working with other people.
Wow.
And now we're working together, and she was really pissed.
She could have saved herself a lot of money.
If she'd have really listened to her heart.
Right. But that's a good point, though, and I think there's more people now who understand the work of people like yourself who are healing energy. And however, I think there's a lot who hear about it and may not know how drastic of a change it can be to someone's life, for sure.
Right. And, and the other thing is don't devalue it because it's energy. And just because it's energy, we have this really weird concept in our brain of, it shouldn't cost that much, or it should be like this, or it shouldn't be like that. And hey, listen, I came there too. I came from that place too.
Right.
And so it's really just open your heart, because your heart and your soul totally know everything that it needs. It's just a matter of having the courage to go do it.
Right, exactly. Well, Sheevaun, thank you so much for sharing your business with us today. And this will be posted on the Facebook page of eWomen Network in Orange County. And thank you for being a member, and we will see you all on the next video. Thanks, Sheevaun.
Thanks. I love you, women.
Bye-bye. I know, me too. It's a good group.
See you later.
Bye.